And here we go. So, for game number 1 on Land of Fire, for the side of BONKS, we are seeing a 4DD setup. Marceau, Daring, Harugamo, Ragnar. Then you're seeing 3 cruisers, Moskva, that Napoli showing up again, though different player this time, and a Salem, along with a Kremlin and a Montana as the battleships. On the side of KSC, we're also seeing a 4 Daring DD setup. Harugamo, Vampire, Daring, Marceau, very similar, along with double Moskva and Salem as the cruisers and double Kremlin as the battleships. So this will be very interesting to see. Very interesting ship choices. Very interesting to see how this is going to work. Both teams running 4 4 destroyers. Pardon me. Makes this interesting to see how this is going to work. Looks like for the side of BONKS, we're going to see Harugamo, Ragnar head in towards B. Daring's going to take the Salem, the Napoli over towards C, and then the Marceau of Addy's going to, and as you can see already from that black smoke cloud coming out of his smokestacks, he is speed boosting towards A to get there as quick as possible. Admiral Tester's Moskva is going to lock in on the island here at B for radar support, and then you're going to see the Montana head over to A and the Kremlin head over to C. On the side of KSC, you're seeing the Daring take the Salem, the Moskva, and the Kremlin to C. Vampire of Floops along with the Moskva heading in towards B, and then the Marceau, Harugamo, and Kremlin heading to A. Now, where this is going to be interesting is this Vampire of Floops running into a Harugamo Ragnar, and potentially there's going to be that Marceau having angle or that Daring having angle. So this is going to be interesting to see how it works out. Now, with that being said, let's look in and watch as these teams start to get in. So, Marceau of Addy is going to have a bit of an issue at A because the Harugamo Marceau will win that fight. He has 500 more health than Hitaki Hiyoshi's Marceau, but the Harugamo also has 29,000 there, so that'll be interesting. Harugamo of Battleship Nagato already dropping out torps. Vampire has the Hydro going, and we're seeing them start to back up. Harugamo's going to duck in. Daring charging into C. He's going to run into the Daring of Aussie Zeus. And now we just wait. Shadow Wolffish has been spotted. I'm not sure by what. He must not be running How far away is he from that Harugamo? If he's spotted, and I don't think he's shot, he has to be running a lighthouse build. No concealment expert on him. Torps out at the Vampire. Vampire should still be safe. Yep, there's the Hydro. Hydro's going to spot the Torps. Vampire ducks away to make sure he dodges out from the Torps. And here comes shots starting to come out. Admiral Tester shooting out onto man with an RX-7. Or pardon me, he's shooting... Yeah. And Admiral Tester taking shots back in return. Admiral Tester gets shot and burned, so he has to do an early DCP. Not always what you want to see. Interesting, here come the shells out from the Montana. 12 of them. Looks like, though, they're going to be just behind man with an RX-7. He's going to dive that island and get to safety quickly. Marceau, by the way, out of Addy, has taken damage, 22k, and he's having to back up. He's done a bit back onto the Marceau of Hitaki Hiyoshi, and those torps, oh, just barely dodges those torps. Hitaki with a good job to dodge those torps. Is forced out, so the cap will not start. Now it looks like Vivi's Ragnar's ducking to B. Get ready to see a radar pretty soon from the Moskva or the Vampire just ducking back in to get it. But does the Vampire... The Vampire will know that the Harugamo's been there because the Ragnar doesn't have torps. Does he know that the Harugamo's still there? We'll see. Here comes the radar. Radar does catch the Ragnar of Vivi. Vivi... Or did it? Yeah, it does. Vivi starts to push forward. Vampire of Floops smokes himself up. Pot shots out from the Moskva, going to miss Floops. So Ragnar's going to duck away. Ragnar gets away. He's taking a little bit of damage. He's at 29k, 28 and a half, 28, 29k still. He gets out, so he takes a little damage, but he's not able to take the cap. And the Marceau of Hitaki Hiyoshi is going to get the first cap at A. So we're going to see points start to tick up for KSC. Meanwhile, over at C, Dyer sitting there against the island, starting to turn and back up so he can get into C and challenge Aussie Zeus. Now, I like this play out here. So what we're seeing is we're seeing the Salem and the Napoli are going for the flank play. I am Coop, pardon me, is going to be there to challenge. But you have Napoli secondaries plus the Napoli smoke, and the Salem, so this will be interesting to see. Now, Salem of Doofy is not running Survivability Expert. Salem of I Am Coop is. And we're seeing the fight kick off as the knife fight shows up. First damage onto Aussie Zeus. Dyer gets away. No damage so far. Aussie Zeus at 19k. That Salem's shots are doing work. He ducks forward a little bit. He's dodging. He's managing to avoid them. Oh, now he backs up. Shots miss again. Aussie Zeus backing out of the cap as the shots come in from all directions on him. So, loses about 5,000 health. Doesn't get any damage on Dyer. That's a win if you're the side of Bonks, but not a major one, so you're not too worried if you're KSC. You're still taking up points, 40,000 or 40-point lead and a 10k health lead. Daring dropping Torps out in case Aussie Zeus tries to come back in. Moskva of Admiral Tester looking out there to try to get the shots off, and we'll see how this goes. Kremlin now is being targeted by the Salem, and the Salem's got the ability to loft those shells over the island, start to try to burn down the Kremlin. Only gets a few shots before he's out from angle to shoot him. And now we see that radar come out from the Moskva. So he's looking to see. Dyer backs out of that cap, but I believe that's 2 radars now used by the Moskva. So Moskva is already down a couple radars 5 minutes into the game. Ragnar is having to back away. He's taking a little bit of damage from Floops. Floops still full health, but remember, that full health is 4,000 less than what the Ragnar has, and the Ragnar also has a heal to buck that back up. A firmly in the control of the side of KSC, and KSC has taken the advantage. So they've moved the Marceau over to the middle towards B to try to help defend. He's still going to have angle on Addy, but now Addy's going to be caught in a crossfire if that Harugumo spots him. And this is going to be interesting. Also, we're seeing Dastert shove that Kremlin into A. He's going to lock in on that island and say, you're not going to be able to do anything about me for a time being. Torps out, going to successfully go over there towards Dyer. He's got a nice lineup. Dyer's going to be in trouble. That is not giving him a lot of Torp dodge lineups as we go. And he's got a couple gaps here and there, but he's going to have to be very careful as he's backing up. He stops and... Oh, he sees them. Can he wiggle correctly? He dodges the first one. Does he dodge the second one? He does, but he's backed out. That points lead, by the way, up to 114 now. 114, and we're seeing the shots in the middle. Vampire Floops is opening up on the Harugumo of Battleship Nagato. Ragnar in, he's opening up with his front gun to get some AP out there. Moskva of Admiral Tester, and we're seeing the spark lit right now. Floops is going to back away. Damage onto Vivi. Right now, this trade has been very KSC favored. A little bit of damage back onto Floops, but not enough to justify the trade and the damage on the Ragnar that he's taken so far. You can definitely feel the tension in this game. Now, Napoli and Salem are at the edge of this island. Issue is they want to push past and get there. However, there's a Kremlin staring them right in the face. Napoli's going to come out first. He's going to spot this Kremlin. Kremlin's spotted. Salem's spotted. I'm not sure how the Salem's spotted. Might be radar already. But here comes the radar. So now they're going to push across. Kremlin's going to get at least one shot out onto them. The real question is, do they manage to dodge? Here comes the shots. Napoli turns in. Who's he shooting at? He's shooting at the Napoli, but the Napoli only takes one overpen, and that's big because now the Napoli and the Salem are going to push past, use that 30-second timer until the Kremlin's reloaded to just chunk him down. He's already down 20,000, and it's quickly increasing. Broadside shots out from the Moskva on the Napoli. Those hit a little better. He's down to 58.5, and the daring of Dyer has successfully taken C with that. Now, issue now comes for the fact that you have successfully, if you are the side of Bonks, pushed 2 ships up. Ooh, that's a big smack on the Napoli. On to the side of KSC. Problem is, you've got a Salem tucked in there you're not going to be able to challenge, and you got a Kremlin backing up him there, ready to go. So you've got 2 ships there on that edge that are in a position of both power, but also a position of being trapped. Points lead sitting, by the way, at 150 for the side of KSC. Now, Marceau's of Addy has ducked himself in towards B, so they've given up A, and they're retreating from A. They're retreating. They got 3 DDs in the middle. They got Floops at 17.4. Addy's Marceau is ducking into the cap. He's not getting torped, so he doesn't have to worry about that. But... this is going to mean that A is kind of out of their reach for a while. So the play is going to have to be at C and at B. And Montana, the Raptor Montana is going to have to get out of there quickly. Shots out towards the Moskva and towards Floops. Floops goes dark. Shots are not going to get it over the island. Oh, and here's the Conga Line Torps. Conga Line Torps are going to miss Man with an RX-7. But does that mean he's going to take the shots here? Shots are over, and he does take a big hit. He's down to 46,000 as those shots just sneak over the island. Over here at C, Dyer's now moving over to the side. So, we talked about this. You can see Napoli of Baconated sitting there if that Salem tries to challenge and come across. Salem of Doofy for life pushing into the middle. Daring's trying to hit the Napoli. And the Kremlin of Bonks is just shoving straight up this side. The Kremlin is almost the furthest forward ship for Bonks. He's up to that island, and this is going to be a problem because he's gotten up there mostly undetected, and now the Kremlin of Danny's Love has an issue. He has a Kremlin in his face. The Daring is there to challenge him. And this Kremlin's going to push forward. And they're going to try to pinch somebody here. Oh, shots out onto the back of the Salem. Salem down to 35k. That's a big hit. Kremlin pushing forward. But he's going to take a lot of damage as he does this. And now we're going to see the Salem start to push forward. And the Napoli go. Kremlin of Drix is in a dangerous position. He's got to turn. He's got to be very careful he doesn't die here from Torps. Daring is putting out Torps, and Danny loves going in, and this is popping off. Addy's down to 1,300 over there, and Hataki's down to 7k. There is fights going on all over the map right now, ladies and gentlemen. Man with an RX-7 down to 22k. They're trying to get him down, so the Kremlin's okay. Kremlin puts out shots on the Salem. Salem down to 22k now, has not used that heal yet. Man with an RX-7, 16k and dropping. Daring of Dyer is working him down, as is the Salem of Doofy Life. Meanwhile, Floops in the Vampire of KSC has been spotted briefly. He's down to 8,700 and dropping from Vivi. Vivi takes a chunk. He's down to 14k. Kremlin of Drix is paying for it now. The Daring of Aussie Zeus is just opening up on his broadside. He's down to 54k and dropping. Man with an RX-7, though, might be dead right here. Man with an RX-7 goes down to the Montana shots, and the Kremlin takes out the Salem. So this push by Bonks has been dominant for them. Now you expect to see Drix go for the ram on the Kremlin of Danny's Love. Hopefully get enough to finish him off. It's going to be interesting with them both going the same way. But that Kremlin push has been critical, and he gets the kill. And that Kremlin pushing him up gets them 3 kills. 3 kills. And C has been completely taken for the side of Bonks. And now with that push, Bonks is going to rotate through. They've taken a 40-point lead, but more importantly, it's the 2 ships and the 70k. And that is one of the finest pushes by a capital ship I can remember in my casting of King of the Sea. Now, so we're starting to see the readjustment here. Daring of Aussie Zeus is backing out. He's going to drop Torps probably at some point on his way out, try to prevent them. And they're readjusting. Advantage for KSC here they have from their position is A is locked down. So they're going to keep that points lead only sitting at about 50k difference. And they've got a capital ship on the Bonks side of the map right now. They've also got Shadow Wolffish locked in pretty well against the island where you can try to deal with that Napoli and Salem without being shot. And they still got all 4 DDs. And Dastard is burning down quickly. Because remember, Dastard, though Dastard burning down quickly, that is KSC's last capital ship. And they don't want to lose him because with the Kremlin, 1 Kremlin gone, losing a second is a problem. Now, we've got the Conga Line Torps in here on Admiral Tester. Those Conga Line Torps look good. We'll have to see how many hit. He's trying to stop. Is he going to take any? We'll zoom in for the close range shot. And he stops himself in time. And he's going to just miss getting hit. Now, Montana HE spamming onto the Kremlin, trying to waste those DCPs. Kremlin down to 86k, good hit. And Floops has been spotted. Daring and Ragnar opening up on Floops. Floops is trying to get out of there safely, but Floops is detected. He's doing a lot of damage to Dyer. Dyer is absolutely getting walloped, but Floops goes down and Dyer lives. So even though Dyer took a lot of damage and even at the heal is only at about 12k, less than because Shadow Wolffish puts a big hit on him. That's another win for the side of Bonks. Bonks is up 4-1 and firmly in control. And now you're seeing that Harugumo start to just open up on the Kremlin. Like I talked about, trying to get rid of those Kremlin DCPs, burn him down, get him off the field. Moskva of Admiral Tester opens up on the Harugumo of Serpent Lord. Serpent Lord's at 24k and change. And there's the radar, so Admiral Tester will have a few more shots. Also, the Kremlin still detected. Kremlin at 52k. Still 1 cap for each side, but that health lead is up to 100,000 for the side of Bonks. Now, Serpent Lord at 23k. He's backing up. Admiral Tester at 59k. The Kremlin of Dastard has gone to the island. And the problem for Admiral Tester now is he has to be very careful as he backs up that Kremlin doesn't citadel him and smash him as he comes around the island. Ragnar doesn't have torps. Harugumo torps won't get there in time if the Kremlin decides to push around. And Admiral Tester may not be long for this world. Harugumo's trying to lace the AP in. He's doing a good job. He's getting that AP in, and he's getting good 2 to 3k chunks every couple seconds. So that's big. Moskva is backed up. He's at 33k. Here comes the Kremlin going for the challenge on him. Ragnar of Vivi desperately trying to do anything he can to make it possible for Admiral Tester to survive. Oh, and the shots from Dastard do no damage. Oh no. Dastard probably going to go for the drive-by if he can. Nope, he's going to go for the ram. Ram is coming in here. Here's the ram. And Dastard goes down. He trades out Admiral Tester, but you have no capital ships left if you're the side of KSC. You're down 3 ships. You're down 110,000 health, and you're down 140 points. So, at this point, for KSC, you've got to hope that BONKS makes a mistake to let you back into this game. If BONKS plays this out, even if they trade ships, they're still going to win right now. You've got to get pickoffs onto BONKS ships. You've got to get torp hits if you want any chance to pull this back. You've got to find Addy in the Marceau and finish him low. There's the radar out. They've got some spotting out. Here come the shots from Shadow Wolffish out onto Dyer. Dyer down to 5,900. Harugumo's opening up for them. Harugumo's shooting a little bit in front because now Dyer's starting to back up. He's not in a good spot. Dyer might be dead here. This might be the play KSC needs. Shots are out, 3,500, 3,300, 1,800. Dyer trying to turn and get dark. Shots are still out. He's down to 1,000. He's down to 400. He's down to 124, 51. And he does go down. So a much needed kill. Only 40 points is the difference, but the ship difference is still big. Vivi opening up on the Harugumo and making him pay, though, for the damage. And even though Hitaki and the Harugumo of Serpent Lord are shooting back at Vivi, Vivi is still winning the fight as of right now. Now, shots coming out at Vivi. Vivi's probably going to start to back away here because now he's taking fire from 3 different ships, though he is healing. Shadow Wolffish down to 12k, though. 3 minutes left in this game. This has been a long game, but once again, issue here though is even though they've got 150,000 health, it's only a 40-point lead. So you need kills if you're the side of BONKS because one late miracle kill from KSC can still be enough to let them steal this game. They need to get Shadow Wolffish down, and that's what they're doing. Though Battleship Nagato down to 8,300 as he takes those shots. Oh, Serpent Lord spotted. Salem of Doofy Life opening up. He's shooting. Serpent Lord is down. There's the first kill they needed. They're up 6-3. They're also looking at Shadow Wolf, and Salem is still shooting at Hitaki Hiyoshi. Shots are out, they missed, but now Ragnar Vivi's found him, so the Salem's going to have good shot line, and the Ragnar's going to have good shot line. Moskva of Shadow Wolffish just trying to finish off Battleship Nagato. No luck yet, though. 4,400 left on Hitaki. He's backing up. Doofy is getting absolutely demolished. Whatever we're going to use. Though, Marceau of Hitaki does go down to Vivi. 7 ships to 3. 200-point lead with 2.5 minutes left and only 22,000 health left for the side of KSC. Daring of Aussie Zeus is running away from Baconated as the Napoli tries to chase him down. Shadow Wolffish at 7,800. You're going to see Doofy for life push up here and just say, I'm going to take the shot, or ram at worst. And Doofy, Shadow Wolf down to 1,400, 800 Shadow Wolf down. 1 ship left, ladies and gentlemen. That is the ship of Aussie Zeus, who is currently burning. He is smoked up to try to stay alive. But ladies and gentlemen, with only 9,000 health, 1 cap, but down 340 points, BONKS is taking game 1. And that Kremlin push. Oh my goodness, that Kremlin push. That Kremlin push was phenomenal. I can't speak highly enough of that Kremlin push. Pushing with a capital ship is a bold call, but it's definitely worked out in this game for KSC. Minute 28 left. Aussie Zeus continuing to just try to torp, desperately playing the game out, desperately trying to stay dark. Napoli being very careful as he approaches the smoke, trying to make sure he doesn't get torped by accident. Looks like he'll dodge the torps. Aussie running. He's almost to a rhubarb square. But minute 10 left. I mean, oh, looks like Baconated is going to take a torp or 2 here. Takes 2 torps, but still 36k, but there's nothing Aussie can do. It's great that he's hitting torps, getting damage, but 57 seconds left. It's game 1 is over. And he opens up. Oh, and this is, we're getting the double smoke comp. And the secondaries go out from Aussie, or from Baconated briefly. But there's the Daring smoke. There's the Napoli smoke. And Napoli's just going to keep running. 914 points for the side of BONKS now. Addy's still alive on 1400 health, and him getting out of there is big. Oh, and you can see BONKS is a little excited because they're opening up on their own ships. No damage can be done, of course, with the change to how Wargaming calculates team damage, but you can see Doofy is clearly trying to smash the broadside of Baconated. 18 seconds left. Daring all the way almost into the corner of the map. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner of game 1 with a convincing win is going to be the side of BONKS. And GG, well played to both sides. But your winner, ladies and gentlemen, BONKS. Remember, they do have to win 3 games though, so this is only game 1. KSC does have plenty of time to respond.